There's a certain kind of quiet that isn't peaceful. It's a heavy silence, thick with unspoken words and feelings too big for the rooms they were born in. It's the kind of quiet that teaches you to walk softly, to breathe shallowly, to exist in the margins of your own life. It's a silence that becomes a part of you, a language you learn to speak fluently before you even have a name for it. You learn to measure the day not by the ticking of a clock, but by the subtle shift in the atmosphere, the tension in a shoulder, the careful placement of a coffee cup on a table. Some homes are loud. They are symphonies of life filled with the boisterous sounds of laughter echoing off the walls, of arguments that flare up and then dissolve into understanding. Doors slamming, music playing, the constant, vibrant hum of people living their lives out loud, unapologetically. In these homes, emotions are a currency exchanged freely and openly. There is a certainty in knowing where you stand, a comfort in the chaos, because the noise is proof of life, of connection, of presence. But other homes teach you to whisper. They teach you the art of invisibility. You learn to read the air, to anticipate the weather of a mood before the storm breaks. You become a master of subtraction, editing your own thoughts before they can ever reach your lips, making yourself smaller and smaller, to take up less space, to cause no ripples in the still, fragile water of the household. This isn't because silence is cherished as a form of peace. It's not the meditative quiet of a library or the serene stillness of a forest at dawn. It's a guarded silence, a functional one. A silence born from the implicit understanding that feelings were not welcomed. They were inconvenient, messy, a disruption to a carefully maintained yet brittle order. So you learned to swallow them. You learned that your joy was too loud, your sadness too burdensome, your anger too dangerous. Your needs became whispers, then faded into nothing at all. You became a ghost in the architecture of your own family, haunting the hallways with all the things you couldn't say, your inner world a vibrant, screaming secret that no one ever asked to see. This quiet home becomes a training ground for a quiet life, where you carry the habit of silence with you like a second skin, and when you step out into the world, you expect it to demand the same of you. You apologize for taking up space. You hesitate before speaking in a meeting. You feel a pang of anxiety when you share an opinion that might differ from someone else's. The world feels like a place where you must continue to perform this disappearing act, to keep your voice down, to not be a bother. You might even find yourself drawn to the noise of others, finding a strange comfort in their loudness because it feels like a freedom you were never allowed. So, when the journey of healing begins, we often think the answer is to simply turn up the volume. We think we must learn to shout to be the loudest person in the room, to reclaim the sonic space we were denied. We try to force ourselves into a mold of extroversion and assertion that feels unnatural, like wearing clothes that don't fit. We believe that healing is learning to speak louder. But this can feel like another performance, another betrayal of the quiet, observant person we became. It can leave us feeling exhausted and inauthentic, wondering if we're failing at healing. But the real transformation, the deep, soul-altering healing, isn't about volume at all. It's about validation. It's the slow, gentle, and radical realization that your voice, in its truest form, whether a whisper, a statement, or a song, was never the problem. The problem was the environment that told you it was. Healing is learning to create a home inside yourself where all your feelings are welcome guests. It's giving your joy permission to fill the room, your sadness a safe place to rest, and your anger a voice of protective wisdom. It's learning that your presence is not an inconvenience but a gift. It's the quiet confidence of knowing that you have a right to exist, to feel, and to be heard, not because you are loud, but simply because you are here.